I don't. We're live now. We're live
Now
now.
we're live.
You like yelling at him?
No.
Well, let's do something different than we haven't been doing for a while. Let's just introduce what this is and what we're gonna be doing, because normally we just jump in face first into the shallow end of the pool and not able to walk away from
And
it after.
scene.
That's it. My name is Joey Greer. I know my name says James Heaney on the bottom there. That's proprietary. To the right of me, I think, is James Heaney. To the right of him is Morgan Christensen. And to the right of him,
No,
I think, is
no,
Sean.
we're in a square. We're in a square. So let me call it here. So,
uh,
Joey, you're above me.
Okay.
Sean, you're to my left.
Yep.
This way.
Uh-huh.
And then James, you are kitty corner to me.
Kitty. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, great. So the person who hasn't spoke is Sean, if you haven't gotten that from the people who are speaking up at different times. We're Bear Supply. We've been doing comedy for a while. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We'll see tonight. And we're going to shake it up. We've been doing a lot of improv on Zoom, and people have not been responding. So what we're going to
That's
try
not true.
is...
I got a lot of people have been asking for more improv on Zoom.
That wasn't
good.
me.
Yeah, I haven't heard it.
I haven't heard anyone say that. I haven't been saying that.
I got an email from Twitch that asked us to stop doing videos.
Is that why
makes
we
the
stopped?
most sense. Yeah.
That's corporate.
You think we need more Zoom improv?
I just don't think we've done a
market's
long
not
enough Herald
saturated
yet.
enough.
I don't think we've done a long enough Herald yet.
We should break the world record, right?
We should go for like 8 hours or whatever. Because usually they
Look at
pass
that.
it off onto
It's
another
over like
team
24
on.
or something.
Yeah, but that's a continuing like live show. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's not like the same performer. So we could pump that out. We got nothing going on. But today what we're going to be doing is we got Twitter open. We got James's Twitter, and hopefully we'll get the algorithm to be really messed up by the end of it. And we're just going to be talking about what's trending. And that's it. Just having a little chit chat, hanging with the boys tonight. That's what we got.
Can I give it a go?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know if I told you guys, but I dropped my mouse and my back is hurt. So just getting it's going to be a problem right now.
Well, you haven't.
happened to your
you haven't you didn't get it before we went live.
Oh.
Get it?
Wait, so the mouse is the only way for you to control the little
Yeah.
Twitter screen?
Well, I mean, you guys were with me. My laptop is all the way across the room over there. My mouse is
people
across
don't
the
know
room
this.
over there. Okay.
So your mouse got thrown somewhere?
No, I'm in a camping chair.
Oh, here he goes. He talks about this every time.
There it is, the Coleman.
It's the most comfortable chair in the whole house, but then he complains about it every time. So I don't know. Is it
Show
the
is
most
brought to you
comfortable?
by Coleman.
That's why your back hurts. You're in a chair that's folding your spine and your shoulders forward. It's not good. Those chairs would be
really got to live in this virtual background to make it real. Are you lighting a campfire?
Uh-huh. Okay, there we go.
See,
All right.
Oh my!
So enough
Is
about
anyone,
me.
is anyone, I'm not.
We're
I'm
getting
not
spammed.
on Twitter.
We're getting
Is
spammed.
anyone- What's
I'm
happening?
on Twitter. We're all on Twitter, but you, I think.
Yeah, I'm not on Twitter.
Oh, I'm not a mod. I'm not
Wait,
a mod.
what are we getting spammed with?
I'm not a mod. You want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and views.
Really? How
yeah.
much? Is it a good deal?
Click that. Yeah. What's the price? point?
There's no deal that could be good, right?
What are you talking about? It's fame, dude. It's fame.
You can't put a price on fame. What's the money
Can
good
you-
for if you don't
Can
have
you
any
speed up
fame?
the mouse movement, please?
Well,
It's going so slow.
it's my internet.
Why?
That is ridiculous. Click the little button.
This one trending? Listen, I literally am never on Twitter. I only
Yeah,
tweet
hit
things.
trending.
Oh, the suspense.
Oh,
Gratitude mission. Oh,
YouTube down.
YouTube.
What happened to
down.
YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube went down and people freaked out.
I
Why?
mean, YouTube going down is one of those things. It's tantamount to like your electricity going out. You know what I mean? It's like it's
Yes.
the world over.
My whole like work life is tied to Google accounts. So if like the email goes down for 5 minutes, like I can't do anything for
Well,
work.
couldn't you just write your email in a Google Doc or in some other doc and then?
Yeah, I mean
Copy-
I could put it on a piece of paper and tie it to a pigeon.
I would
You
like
gotta-
to see the comments of people who are pissed about this.
Drill into it. Let's see. There's
How do I drill into it?
244,000 tweets about it.
Where do I
Because-
click? Right here?
Anytime something on the internet goes down, there's always a trending topic for it. You know,
Where are the comments? Is it the
Facebook.
244,000 tweets?
you gotta click it. Click it.
Click YouTube down and we'll see a bunch of
He's
tweets
never used Twitter.
Wow.
Oh wow,
So then you just start scrolling down, my man.
about it. Yeah.
In it.
this is wild.
Okay.
I don't care this much about any app or
No.
anything to be upset
Nope.
about.
I know.
No,
I
it's
think
very
so
upsetting.
wild.
Are you kidding?
No.
Well, is
Yeah,
it
I
down for like seconds and people are flipping out?
That's what we got to find out. We got to find out how long it was down for.
It says it was
I
down
mean-
for a few hours.
That's
my,
huge.
My wife was telling
My
me
wife,
that
am I right? Do you remember
Like,
that?
It's
Do you remember that?
2020. It's like before, but it's back, baby.
Do you remember that?
what?
You remember that?
No.
Do you remember that? Do you?
Do you remember that?
YouTube is down.
You guys come to this kid's birthday party or not?
No,
Let's
dude.
keep scrolling.
no.
Keep scrolling then. Keep scrolling.
Yeah, we got to teach James how to use a mouse.
This is brutal, man.
This is brutal.
Listen,
This
just
is
so
bad,
you know,
man. This was a roll of the dice on like a concept already, and to have someone who's just really taking the time with it is just
The fact that he didn't know he needed the mouse, period, and it was in another part of the room, just really set us
you
up.
don't
Now,
even
I have a
get it.
question.
What?
Because I feel like I spend most of my time on the internet on Reddit. Is this a thank you all for coming meme, like a meme on Twitter that I don't know about? Or
don't know, dude. I'm
I've
not on
never
Twitter.
seen this meme before.
I mean, it was retweeted 109 times and hearted 1,000.
Yeah, but that's also Ask who did it.
7,000. It's gaining rapidly.
It's
So Ask did it. So that guy's a
Who's
bitch.
Ask?
I don't know.
well, maybe what it's saying is that once YouTube is back up, now nobody's here on Twitter looking for, I don't know, these things. So here's what I want to say is I'm getting attacked over my slow mouse.
No, that's
moves.
what the meme is saying. No, James is right. You abandoned your point, but you're right.
I know I'm right, and that's why I wasn't
Yeah.
going to spend any more time on it. I'm going to tell you something else I'm right about. Okay?
And it's like a self-devouring meme because no one's
meme.
if 111 people have retweeted it, then the meme doesn't actually make sense because a bunch of people are using it.
That's true.
The audience would be full.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So, anyways, what I'm saying is that I'm using a mouse on a different computer than I'm streaming on. That mouse has a little tiny screen that's zoomed in. All right? So when I make a tiny movement with my mouse, it goes across the whole screen. Because I have Twitch gaming skills. I have a fast-moving
This
mouse.
is a show about Twitter, James.
All right, let's go down one more. Okay.
Let's actually before like can we
One
can
at
we
a
just like
time.
reset and get a song of forgiveness for James? Can we all just sing a little song of forgiveness
of
and
course.
just to say we're sorry because you're doing it, dude. You're helping
You're
us
doing
do this.
Thank you.
And honestly, that's
And
on
you look
us.
Good. You look good while you do
You
it.
look good, dude.
Thank you.
This is a song of forgiveness. This is me
that I
saying it.
help sing with Joey.
Jump
No,
in
it's
when
good
I'm,
with just Joey,
You know
really.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that-
when
no, I
he's
want everyone
out,
to
then
jump
he
in.
comes back in.
Right, exactly. So let's.
All right, let's go to the next thing.
Me trying to get my router after it's down.
So this is the general theme of the memes. Everyone leaving Twitter again because YouTube is back working. So everyone came back to Twitter to complain about Twitter when they
But
went
do
back
you,
to YouTube.
Morgan? You said you use YouTube a lot. Did you even know that it was down today?
I knew it was down because of stuff that I saw on Facebook. I don't use YouTube a lot. I use like Gmail and Google Docs
That
and
was a really weird way of saying you didn't know.
Yeah,
You know.
very weird.
no, I
Is
did.
someone-
I
just
I
heard
did
some
know.
water splash. Where was that water
Yeah,
splash?
someone's definitely on the toilet.
It's my
right now.
cat drinking out of his fountain. Hey, Mahoney
Jeffrey
has
Tubin stuff
a
going on
low
here.
functioning
I wanted
kidney and he can't concentrate urine, and so and he won't drink water unless he has a fountain. So he's
$100 says Tubin is trending right now. By the way,
So do we just keep looking at YouTube being down? Is that what we do on Twitter?
no, we're trying to find
No,
something
let's go back.
interesting.
yeah.
and
let's
it's
go
not
back.
happening.
Let's keep looking. Let's find it. Like, is this look? Somebody else did the same one.
Oh, that's good. This
That's
one's got
sad.
less retweets and less hearts.
Mahoney, we're live.
I mean, but this is like a who gives a shit. It's like this is like it's already explained. You know what I mean? Like We're just talking about memes about YouTube being down.
Yeah. I wanted to see some like angry
know?
comments like, oh, of course, Google's down again.
That's
All
what
right,
you.
so should we go to top?
Yeah, bring it back
before
to the
that-
top.
To the
back
back
to the
arrow.
top.
Back arrow.
Back arrow.
Okay. So
Maybe
that's
Twitter's
the number
not
one
the, like,
trending
the
thing
right-
is that YouTube was down for about an hour.
Real
or so.
Housewives of
Is that what
Salt
that-
Lake
yeah, that's
City.
Salt Lake City.
Where
Okay.
are you
God,
seeing
they have a
this?
Salt Lake City Housewives.
Where is this?
RHOSLC.
That's
That's
what
what
that
that
stands
means.
for?
Yeah.
We're the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Are you from Jersey?
Watch the preview.
Put that preview on, baby. Get those trending.
You
Get
gotta
the volume
unmute
up,
it.
dude.
You gotta unmute it. You gotta unmute it.
I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but Twitch has been okay. Let's.
Go Donner, go Blitzen! Hi guys! Woo! Woo! This is amazing! That was cool.
Salt Lake City is the capital of Mormonism.
There's a lot of misrepresentation.
Okay, I'm good.
I don't know about that
Well,
show.
we're about to see some drama, dude.
No, there's no
That-
drama.
So
That's
they're
really
just on a
strange.
sled the entire time.
I wish I would be down. Have you
Are
ever been
they-
to Salt Lake City?
What?
No.
Oh,
Strange place, man. Strange place. I mean,
Why?
I'll give it to the Mormons because, like, no caffeine, no alcohol, no smoking. Like,
No
I get like all the vices that have been removed from their community and, like, part of their like
not
religious
reality
mandates and all
TV
stuff.
though.
But it like I stopped in there for a night. And we got in there like around like 5:00. Got into the motel, and I pop into like the like.
Was it a motel or was it a hotel?
It was a motel. It was like a like a Red Roof Inn or whatever. And it was nice, dude. I'm not gonna lie, it was nice. Utah does it well, and Salt Lake. And I asked the dude, I was like, "Is there a bar around here?" And the guy looked at me like I don't know, like I don't know if I should.
Like a
Like, you sure?
speakeasy.
Yeah, kind of like he was just more like, "Are you sure you want a bar?" And I was like, "Yeah, is there a bar around here?" He's like, he started racking his brain. He was like, "I think there's a liquor store over here, but it's gonna close soon." And I was like, "What?" It just completely escaped me that I was like, "Oh, that's right. I'm in a predominantly like dry
Like
community,
the whole town
you
is
know?
like that.
for the most part." Yeah, I mean, if you're
Well-
a practicing Mormon, you don't drink.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Salt
obviously
Lake
there's
City
bars
is
and-
different. Actually, I think, and I don't mean to argue with you, but Salt Lake City has some of the.
He's
best...
gonna shit on all of the things you just said, but it's not an
It
argument.
has-
I mean, again, this is
You're
just
just
my
getting
anecdote
pummeled.
from like my Red Roof Inn
No,
experience.
you're getting
Yeah, well,
pummeled
that's the
right
problem.
now.
Is you're at a Red Roof Inn. I wouldn't stay at a Red Roof Inn. But they have some of the best breweries. Like you can get craft beer from Salt Lake City that's amazing.
You're thinking of Colorado, dude.
What?
Yeah.
You're thinking of Colorado.
Is that not where Salt Lake City is? Salt
No,
Lake City,
It's in
Colorado?
Utah. It's in
No,
Utah.
Salt Lake City, Utah. All right, I've been there. But they have great craft beers there.
Do you want to, Joey? Do you want to respond to James calling you a liar?
Yeah, it's not like such a weird way for him to do that because he didn't explicitly call me that. Again, he's just bringing up his own personal anecdote in a way to like muffle mine as if like I didn't have this. Now, granted, I'm sure all that exists. I'm sure there was like a dope steakhouse that had like the best martunas you could imagine, and
Martunas.
it's from Kroll and what's his name?
Wow.
Not John Mayer.
The Real
Anyway.
Housewives is essentially just wrestling.
Dude, I think of Real Housewives as a pro sports. They each got their city franchise. They have a roster of players, and like you're hopeful to see that person back, right? They have their star athletes.
Yeah.
What was the name of that woman that left from Elizabeth? Who left New York? Bethany Frankel.
She go to
Frankel left-
Potomac. Potomac is the one.
Oh, Potomac's the best, dude.
Yeah.
That's great.
See, it's weird. I look at Real Housewives as like the decline of America.
I totally
sure.
agree.
Sure.
Oh yeah, this is the decline, not the coup happening.
But all this like reality TV in general is like it's a big problem. It's like our president came from reality TV. Like everyone that we see on Bravo is a potential cabinet position or world leader. It's like this is not how this should be going down.
Well, the
We've
thing
got
is
confirmation
people-
that Utah has great beer and that it's underrated.
I hear the same
I-
people tell me.
I gotta go
that-
back. I gotta go back.
I hear the same people tell me that video games is a waste of time and like brain trash, but they'll enjoy things like The Real Housewives or The Tiger King.
You can
Is this
say your
Aaron-
wife's
is this-
name. Yeah,
is
just
this
say
Aaron
Aaron.
telling
You
you
know?
this?
No, actually, there's Aaron and I are on the same page. We don't watch trash TV. We've never seen a lot of that stuff, and we don't want
all
to put.
TV is trash, dude. There's nothing good on TV. The History
What about
Channel
Stranger
has
Things?
stories about Nazis and ghosts working together to find the Ark of the
pretty
What's
Covenant.
that
badass.
called?
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually
Let's
a great
talk
show.
about that.
That's actually the
Those sound like good shows.
I love trash TV. Trash TV is my favorite.
What are you doing right now? What's your trashiest TV right now?
I don't have anything right now because I'm all caught up on everything. It's really
Oh.
sad.
What's
Yeah.
the last
JP
thing
on
you,
set.
you were watching?
I mean, I watch all of the Love Islands.
The British ones or the U.S. ones?
all of them.
What do you
So
like better,
Morgan-
British or-
British,
Oregon-
U.S., Australia.
Morgan was over at my place not too long ago and made me start watching it, and he starts and he goes, "Oh, I completely forgot the host killed herself."
Yeah, oh my God!
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
British-
because we were watching the
Great.
show, and I just like saw her, and I was like, "Oh, it's kind
Oh
of
my
shocking,
gosh.
Like, to
Yeah,
think
it was
So
so
that's all
sad.
I can think of anytime I watch it.
Oh,
It's
no.
so-
What
it's-
show is it?
Well, they changed
Love
hosts
Island.
after that.
Of course they did. It's not
They
funny.
do.
It's not funny.
It's
That's
not
fucked
funny.
up.
It's
Did you
terrible.
say they changed the host after that,
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a different. You don't like. You're not thinking
as
about it.
opposed to using her cadaver?
Well, it wasn't just the. It wasn't the. So one of the hosts that was there killed herself, and then one of the contestants also killed
Oh
herself.
my god!
Yeah.
That's a
It's
horrible
not
show.
funny.
I did
It's
not know
awful.
that, dude. That's
Yeah.
like this stuff ruins.
It had
people,
nothing
man.
to do with
That's
the
a shame.
show, and it was a lot of years
Oh,
after.
you don't know that.
James,
Maybe,
I don't know
dude. Maybe.
get yourself together.
I
Just
just,
the
I'm
trauma. This is
sorry.
like
It's just that
PTSD
it's so weird that they're like, if there might be a problem with that show. Maybe if there's some
It's not the
people-
show.
James is in a small niche of comedy that thinks suicide's hilarious.
I do not think it's funny. I just think it's odd that the host and somebody from the show, like when people,
Dude,
it starts.
dude, stop, James. James, just
Stop,
stop.
stop.
Okay, fine. You're
No.
right.
What?
I don't need
There's
to talk
no-
about that anymore.
There's
You
no
don't, dude.
tactful way to go down this road.
Just stop, dude. Just Sean, what's the name of that one show you showed me where it's you objectify the naked body of contestants, and then
Naked
it-
Attraction.
yeah,
maybe?
so
Naked
I
and
think-
dating?
No, it's called Naked.
No.
Oh,
Attraction
there's
or
a naked
something like
dating
that.
one too.
They have 4 people in tubes, all nude,
Tubes.
and then they have whatever gender they're like you're into.
What
right?
channel
Like,
is this
they're all-
allowed to be on?
BBC.
Wow.
one of
It's on the
those.
UK, dude. And they raise it. The first level it raises to is the hips down. So you get to see like genitalia all the way down to your feet.
Oh wow.
And then
Yeah.
they
And
walk
it's
around
like it's usually like. Go ahead, sorry.
and they walk around and they're judging everything physically. They just are like I
From
don't
the
like,
waist
oh, that's-
down first.
and they just talk about all your aesthetics. Like just that's it. How you look.
Man.
So if it's a woman contestant, she's going to each men's cock and literally talk, or his like leg hair, and being like, I like a guy who kind of keeps it clean down here, or she's like, I like it a
What?
little messy down here, and then they raise the tube up to the chest.
Now,
And then
this
she's
is going to
kicking
sound
people out.
dirty, but no dirtier
kick
than this
people out.
show. Are the men erect or are they not erect?
Jesus, James.
yeah, James.
Jesus
Every time you
Christ.
stand in a dark tube,
You
do you
got-
get hard
James,
as a
that's-
rock? Get
that's
your window
all
out of
you
there.
can
You got to
think
put
about.
your
What is that,
window
James?
out of
Get
there.
that
Get
out of there,
premier
man.
window out
James,
there.
James,
More James,
get that
more,
mouse over there and click the box.
God damn it!
more power to James if he could go on a reality show, be inside of a tube, and be fully hard.
You know what that would say to me is like he gets hard when he's nervous.
He's always
And
nervous.
suicide.
He's
And
nervous right
suicide.
now. That means he's rock hard.
I am so
like-
hard right now.
That's so sick, James.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, I think that if I mean, it depends on how long I'm on camera. I could probably get hard on camera for, like, if they're like, okay, Mr. Heaney, we're coming to you in like 30 seconds. I'd be like, give me.
You know, all of this is recorded, right? All this is
mean,
just
yeah,
streaming out into the internet.
delete
I
this
mean,
whole
what is so bad
episode.
about that? You don't think that?
Good
I mean,
luck getting a job, James, in the future.
If they told me that they needed me in 30 seconds, I could get a boner. That's what you're telling us.
James, what job are you thinking? You think Quiznos is doing that? Huh?
What
do you think
just
Travis doing
saying.
this?
I'm just saying. That
Come on, bud.
if
Come
it's
on,
just
bud.
how
You
much
don't
money.
need to you don't need to tell us this every time you hang out with us. It's getting very weird.
This is why James has not worked a sales position in years.
I'm
Because he
sorry.
just-
I know it's a little dirty, but it's no dirtier than what the whole show's concept is.
It's not
Like,
dirty.
No,
it's
not.
weird.
it's-
The funny
The
thing
show's
is, it's
concept-
not dirty at all.
Yes, it's not about arousal. It's
But
about
the first
it's
thing
about-
they
yeah.
show is genitalia.
I know, but it
Yeah, but
actually
it's-
makes you slowly start to not care, and you actually, and it's the way they do it because it's in the UK. Is it's actually very respectful in a weird way, whereas like
everyone
and-
agrees to it. That's the thing. It's not like they're shamed into it. You know what I'm saying?
If James was in that tube before they brought it up, he'd be like, "I know how I got to win this thing."
Yes.
And he
No,
would,
man, it'd be
he would
bad.
have to get rock hard. You know
Bad,
how
bad.
weird it would be if all the tubes come up and
they're all
You know what'd be funny?
Your thing
The
is like
tube is-
sliding
Yes,
up the tube.
I mean, hold
It's
on.
like stopping the tube. The motor can't pick
You
it
just
up.
hear the skin ripping on the plastic.
And just like a blood streak right there. You're like, oh,
I don't
God.
know.
It just slops blood out.
know.
It pops out the
James,
bottom.
let me tell you right now, dude. If I was on that show, pick you
I'd
up.
be out. I'd be
I'd be
out.
gone, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know what other shows I've been. I'm not like big into reality. The one show I'm huge on, and everyone knows this about me, is Ghost Adventures. I can't get
Oh,
enough
yeah.
of that.
Obviously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's my.
Can you tell why I've seen a few people that are obsessed with it too. Like what
It's
are
so
you're not
good.
liking it because you truly like and you're like wanting to find ghosts with them. You're watching it because in your head you're making fun of it, right?
I think it's the best comedy show out there, and this is one of the most entertaining because they're always these are four men who lock themselves into purportedly scary haunted locations,
Get
and they
hard.
spend a night there. This is the whole concept of their show, and then in the pitch darkness using what's it called?
Techniques, ghost techniques.
No,
ghost
no.
hunting
What's the
techniques.
infrared?
Night vision.
Infrared. Night
Yeah.
vision cameras. Thank you. They just like they look on the little monitors and they scream into the void, demanding specters attack them and present themselves. And if they don't, that they're gonna beat the shit out of them. And then something happens and they get terrified. And it happens. They have 25 seasons.
That's
They have
how many
25 seasons and they
how many episodes in this season?
10 episodes, and there are 6 spin-off shows from this show. They own the Travel Network. They own it. Yes, it's wild. And they have been doing this long, and they still get scared when shit happens, and it's hilarious because like at what point are you not expecting this?
They got to be acting at this point.
Dude, I
I
think they
never.
really believe it. I think they're so delusional to this that they really believe these things are happening. And the best part is one of my favorite things is that what like all these other shows like the History Channel and the Ancient Aliens is they'll ask questions and then answer the question with a question. You know, they'll like go out there and like someone will be like, well, you know, well, there was a case where all these, patients died in the hospital, and they'll be like, so is it possible that the spirits we're seeing are the dead patients? And like, I guess. And is it possible the dead patients don't want to leave because the hospital at the moment is being remodeled? I'm not 100%. Now, could it? And like it just keeps going
They're
down.
like applying their own story and making
Yes.
other people
have
agree
to.
with it.
It's great,
Keep
and
the-
everything is demonic. Everything is like a satanic spirit.
So what keeps you watching more than 4 episodes? Because after like seeing it 4 times, you'd be like, okay, I get it. It's
Oh
funny.
yeah. No, a
But-
sane person would have stopped after the first. I obviously got a problem.
I don't
But-
know. I don't know if this happens to you, but like when I'm watching something really bad and I like don't like any of the people on the show, like I'm hate watching it. At some point, like I switch over and I'm like, I care about these people, even though I know objectively they're all terrible. Like,
But
and
yeah,
so
you've
I'll
given
pick my
emotion already
favorites.
too.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
yeah. You have to. You don't not care about all of these characters at this point.
Oh, right,
after
right.
250 episodes.
But I don't hate that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't hate watch it. There's nothing
But
about it.
I understand that with shows where like stuff is happening to the characters, like
Mhm.
where there's drama and they're fighting with someone one episode and then they lose something another. This episode, there's no like inner
Oh,
ghost
nothing
adventure
happens.
drama between the people in it, so nothing changes.
Oh, dude. Oh, I beg to differ. So I've watched so much of it that like one of the best things is the host guy Zach is as he screams into the darkness for a ghost to attack him. He'll say something. Let's say like we're all doing it. I'm Zach, and he'll be like, "You're here. You're a ghost. You want to do something? You want to scratch me? Well, how about you scratch James? How about you scratch James right now in the face?" He'll like do that shit. And
The other guy's just bruised because he's getting fucked up at all these different jokes.
So I watch it for like it's gonna be like a handful of these moments where like someone's gonna get thrown under the bus and I love it. And then because they're really scared, like they have these little fights. Like, I'm not gonna do that, dude. You have to do that. I demand you to do it, dude. It's the best. It's just.
Isn't there a show now on Amazon Prime, a movie that came out about this just recently?
I
Oh,
saw
Truth
it
Seekers.
and immediately I
Truth
thought of you,
Seekers.
Joey, and I thought to myself, did they steal Joey's idea and rush it through really quick?
No.
But it
They
looks
did.
like
Have you seen it?
I have. Yeah. It's not at all like my show.
No.
Take it
It
back.
looks good though. Is it good? Do you give it the
It's
thumbs
okay.
up?
I mean, I wish I had an expectation of what it was gonna be, and it's not that, but everyone should check it out. I think everyone should
That's
like
on
it. I like
Amazon
Nick Frost.
Prime.
Yeah, Nick
If
Frost
you're
and Simon
if you're
Pegg.
also on Amazon Prime, check out a show called Space Precinct.
What?
I haven't heard of that.
It's the one I send you guys videos from all the time.
Oh my god!
Is that what the video
Need to
was
check
from
that
today?
out.
Yeah.
Oh my!
I
god,
showed that
it's
to
the
Aaron.
weirdest.
I showed that to Aaron because I was like, I gotta see what this is. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, me
It's-
neither, dude.
It's
I've watched
insane.
a lot of
It's
bad
like
shit.
a
I've never
weird
seen-
80s like fully puppeted
Oh, I
cop,
love it.
future cop drama.
I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah,
Is
check
it
it
funny
out.
or on purpose or no?
No.
Oh god.
I mean, there's like little moments, but it's not
right,
like,
right.
Yeah, it's
Like
not
moments
like,
of
it's not
levity.
like Alf or something. It's
Exactly.
not that.
Exactly. It's a
But
dra- it's a
I was
drama.
just like, I'm watching it and like the amount of money for the special effects, I'm like,
Dude, I thought it was a movie because I thought it was like, oh, this is like a one-off,
Yeah.
whatever movie. People don't like there's this one character that has like 3 eyes that Morgan constantly sends us like.
Oh,
over
is
and
that the
over again.
one he just sent? The video?
Yeah.
Oh god.
I love it.
Yeah, I thought it was
Alright.
from like They Live. I was like, where are these aliens from? I've
Yeah.
never seen this before.
Don't disrespect They Live, dude. Don't.
No,
do
I love They Live. It's one of my favorites. I was just
Do
trying
I
to. I
click
couldn't
it or can somebody else click it?
click
Where
what?
did it go back?
my mouse is over the back button. but-
Yeah, my mouse has been over the back
He
button
put the
for
mouse
several
back
moments.
already.
Oh, my
Oh, James, how bad is your back right now?
It hurts. It hurts. So, do we want to look at what people are saying?
No?
No,
I'm
I
still.
don't give a-
No,
no,
because
we're
we don't
done.
really know enough about Real Housewives to
Okay.
like go
Fair.
into it.
So,
Oh,
CMAs.
CMAs, yeah.
click it.
CMAs.
Click
Oh,
the.
you guys
click,
were way more into this than I thought.
Top 10 reasons to watch. So this is a 2-minute video. I mean,
We're not going
We
to watch a
can't do
video.
it.
Oh, Reba.
Reba's
I
on
refuse.
it.
I love Reba.
lead
Hold
with
on a
the
second.
coin.
Who's the gentleman
Reba.
she's with?
I believe is a title of a fish
Oh,
song.
that's okay.
And it's one of my favorites.
Super
Old
spreader
Dominion?
down there in Nashville.
Was it Old Domino?
Of course, someone had to bring in COVID into the, like just to ruin the party. Super spreader down
Look,
there in
Sean-
Nashville.
Sean's already like, it's not that big a deal.
They did it
anymore."
all virtual though, right? Or did they actually meet
I
up?
think they did. No, they must have. They had to have done it virtual. There's no way.
Well, they've been doing football games and stuff, right?
Yeah, but no one's in the stands.
Guys,
In
on
Florida.
are you going to be able to
Only-
handle this for
only
just 1
college
second while I
football.
step away?
Sure. Only college football do they like have fans in attendance.
That's so wild.
Isn't that
That's
horrible?
insane. Well, and then they
What's
had
the
that
reasoning
on the
behind
field celebration. James, are
Notre
you
Dame?
okay? Yeah.
Notre Dame sent out a letter. The reason for that, Sean, is money. That's it.
Yeah.
But
it's
isn't there
all
money in the NFL? Like, why aren't I don't get it?
Well,
Like,
the
what-
money is like how much money have you paid for these players? Right? It's like
college.
you can't.
They
they
make
don't
a
pay the
ton of
college
money on
players.
college. They make a
Off
ton of
of
money
them.
though. Yeah.
on
off of
people
them.
people actually being there.
Right. So it's like
Yeah.
all the money's coming in, but like for the NFL and like pro sports, that's why the NBA didn't mind. Like they're like, it. The amount of money that you get from a game, right, is nothing compared to how much money you spent on a player. So it's like I'm not going to sacrifice or like possibly injure through COVID LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a crazy like. No, I just lost a franchise. So it's crazy. There was one ESPN analyst, I forgot his name. He old dude covers NCAA sports and football in I don't know where I'm thinking of, and they were like asking him about it, and he was just like, it's just the money, man. He was like, it's just about the money. Like, about
That's all it is.
Why are they having college students like play? And he was like, this is crazy, and it's true. Like all these kids are gonna get it, and then like Notre Dame.
Yeah, they're on the
You know
field,
what I mean?
but like they don't frame it as it's just money. They're like, this is tradition. We got to get the ball on the field, or they win.
I love football, man, but I'm like this. There's some things like you should have a pause at times.
Football is
unprecedented.
a trash culture.
I thought college football makes money too from advertising, though.
Yeah.
Would you believe that American football, the way that we see it now, was formed very much by, I believe, by disease, in the sense that this is going to be a long-winded story, so I'm going to shorten it quite a bit.
Buckle up, folks.
No, dude, give us the
anyone
long
who's
version.
watching at home, you can go grab a drink or do whatever you got to do and come back. This one's gonna be a doozy.
So a long time ago, football was played in America almost like by the prestigious colleges, and they were almost simulating the North versus South with the Civil War, and it was something that wealthy people played quite a bit. After the Indians were I guess
Native
Americans.
Jesus,
First
I'm so
Nation?
sorry. I'm an ignorant asshole on a lot of ends. Native Americans, when they were, I guess, moved and shuffled and horrifically displaced, they started catching a lot of diseases and getting sick, and they were put into these tents and things, and they were finding that the kids were they weren't healthy, and they were like, well, they got to get outside and they got to do like physical activity and be like out. So they ended up playing against the college kids, and they were so much smaller, and so much because they didn't eat the same way, they weren't nourished like the wealthy people that were going to these big colleges. So they couldn't just go against them and just mash heads, which is I guess what they used to do. There was no like passing or anything.
They
and
still
it became,
do that.
What was that? They
That's
do,
the
but
point,
like
yeah,
literally
They
passing
mash
was something.
those two lines together. Yeah.
They do mash those lines, but back then, like way back before football was a national sport, it was mostly just about pushing each other to go further. And when the Native American kids, when they started playing this sport, in order to win it, they would be passing it laterally. And it got to the point where also afterwards, they would have in their jerseys, they would sew pictures of a football so that it would look like they were sneaking this and they didn't have the football anymore and they're passing it other ways. And that is like a lot of the strategies and actual types of plays available in American football was formed by the Native Americans joining into the sport. I learned that through I think it's called
Wikipedia.
Radio Lab. I'm a big fan of Radio Lab.
Yeah.
And
That's
I'm not a sports person. I just don't watch them. I couldn't care less.
It was clear in that
Well, that's
explanation. That was
interesting,
very
though.
cool.
Well, that was my favorite. That was probably my favorite episode of any podcast ever because it went into like deep history of things that I had
Well,
never
you don't know
heard
how the
about.
sport started, right? You're just like you just kind of accept it as is because you like are in it.
Well, the
But
important
you're right, like-
part. Yeah, exactly.
It started after the like you said, like Yale and Harvard, and these other like very prestigious schools. The young men who are now the sons of the people who fought in the Civil War were kind of being like harassed because there was nothing to do fight wise, right? Like, and so that to prove that the toughness, they started playing this game that was similar to rugby, but it was an American version. Where like you just go up and like smash each other, and they started doing it. And I think is it Princeton? Yeah, was it the first game?
I think so because that's what I was gonna say, but it was like maybe I'm just making that up. But that's
I think
what
it's
I was
one of those
thinking
two
it
had the
was.
first game ever in American history, and they beat the shit out of each other. But also like Native Americans gave us lacrosse, right? Like
I
that's
didn't
their
know
game.
that. I thought
Yeah, that's their
lacrosse
game.
was like something from Europe.
And
No.
just recently, for like the World Games, I forgot which Native people were not invited, but the Irish gave their bid to them, and they were like, "You got to go." You invented the game.
Yes.
You got to go. And the
Yeah.
Irish were just like, it's all good. We'll go next year, or we'll go in 4 years. Whatever the fuck it is. Like you historically
there's
have
like
to go.
a weird tie between the Irish and I forget which tribe in America, but like it was during the Irish famines. This tribe got like $500 together and sent it over to this to Ireland, and Ireland never forgot about it, and so they do stuff like that every once in a while, and they have like a giant statue like commemorating that, and like because it was just kind of out of the blue. This tribe was like, oh, they're starving, cool, we'll do everything we can do to help.
And it wasn't much at the time, but it was some. It was the Iroquois who were the native people that were given the ticket to go to the games from the Irish.
That's right.
Yeah, because they just wasn't that this year where they donated.
We got to
money
do
the
whatever
Irish?
we can to stop the Native Americans and the Irish from teaming up on us and taking this
No
great
way, man.
It was this. Yeah, it was this year. I think that the Ireland donated a bunch of money to the Native Americans.
And they also just all the native people in Arizona came through. 97% of the population that voted.
Yeah.
Nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, what would happen if like 97% of Americans voted? Kanye probably would have gotten like 5 million votes. Right? Like he probably would have been like
He got a lot more votes than I thought he was going to
he got
get.
10,000 votes in Tennessee, man. That's wild.
What? Did he really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He got 10,000
Shut
votes
up.
in Tennessee. Yes.
10,000 people voted for him in Tennessee.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in
God.
Nashville, dude.
Well, that was
That's
probably
insane.
a pretty big move for them. Going for like their vote for Kanye really was just that they weren't willing to admit how awful.
I think they didn't want to vote for Biden. They didn't want to vote for Trump, but they're like, I'm not voting for Biden.
Yeah, which is stupid. I mean, I guess this is not a political podcast, but voting for Kanye
could be. You wanna
is
talk about it?
simply stupid. Because
All right,
it just
let's go back. Let's go back. Let's
No. Let's dig into this.
I don't want to.
I mean, it doesn't need explaining. It's just that you know that
it was
little-
a funny.
guys.
It was a funny little blurb, and now everyone's
Kanye's
just-
a
good guy.
Let's talk about
It was
splitting
just
the vote. Let's talk about electoralism. Let's talk about.
Oh, YouTube's down. YouTube's down.
Oh.
again. No,
So
now
these are just show like these are the top trending shit is just shows.
It's very weird.
Is this how this
Keep going,
works? You
Keep
just
going.
pay-
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
It's
Oh,
paid-
so-
Whatever's
okay, so-
trending right now. So right now is like primetime TV.
yeah, I know, but you
Oh.
can pay for this to trend, right? I can pay for this to be like
Yeah, it'll tell you. It'll say promoted.
Nestor?
So I guess that's trending. I don't know if
What's
none
Nestor?
of this stuff.
We're not getting
No,
into it, dude. We're not going down that
Trending
politics.
trending just
Oh,
means it's
Oh,
trending
click
right
Nestor.
now.
Oh, click Nestor. Click Nestor. Click Nestor. What is
Okay,
it?
let's do this democratically. Let's have a vote. So Morgan votes for clicking Nestor. Joey.
Yeah, me too.
I say AEW Dynamite.
We're
Actually,
gonna
it's
get there, though.
politics.
It's
Wow,
next.
you're voting for
Nestor's
Kanye right now. Nobody's
politics. I
looking
think
at
we
that.
should avoid that.
But
shit.
what is? I just want to know what it is.
All right,
I'm
all right.
curious.
I'm gonna also vote. It's 3-1, Joey. I'm sorry. That's democracy. Nestor. I hope Nestor is excited to have a mom.
Well, we
Oh,
gotta click the
it's Matt
picture.
Gates' son Nestor.
Oh.
Oh, he's
Wait, did Matt and Nestor break up?
he was adopted, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think Joey was right. I don't think we needed to click on that link.
I know.
Wait, what is it about?
I
Just
think it's.
Well, we gotta explore it. This is what the show's about. It's
Yeah,
not
we
weird.
gotta just.
I wish I could change my vote. I made a mistake.
this shit is just so depressing, man.
Yeah,
you know what I
it
mean?
is.
Like, there's nothing about it. Like, how can I satirize what's happening right now better than what they actually do?
What's
Yeah.
wrong
4
with-
seasons, lawn and maintenance next to a crematorium
gosh.
and a sex shop. You're
my
like,
God.
you can't make that up, dude. And if I did,
Did you
that
see
would
the
be
sweet
too
old
insane.
man that runs that shop?
No, poor guy.
It's a woman-owned business.
The dildo shop?
Oh no, the landscape.
No, the guy at the
I gotta
dildo
go
shop.
get a
is
plug.
like this
or I'm
sweet
gonna-
old
my,
man came
my,
out.
my laptop's gonna go dead. So you guys gotta. You know what?
You-
I'm not gonna do that.
You're
to you.
gonna
I'm
leave
gonna-
us here?
No,
go
go
back.
I'm gonna take you somewhere else. I gotta get a
Yeah,
plug.
yeah, get
No,
us
I am
out of
not
here, dude.
leaving.
Get us
No,
out of here, dude.
These are like commercial breaks. Anytime James needs to go find something.
I can't find my mouse.
Like, why didn't he plug in the laptop
Think it-
before the stream started?
Come on, dude. That's a
Come on,
question.
man.
No, back, not latest. Back,
Wait,
back.
What?
Oh
Come
my
on.
god!
Back?
Shouldn't you
Back.
be effing Nestor?
All right, dude. Give me AEW Dynamite. I need a Paladin. dude.
Really?
Got it.
All right. I don't know. I'll
And it's
click
about Nestor joining the wrestling.
Oh my god, how? I
James,
used
did
to
you go get that power
love-
cord
I
already?
did not. I'm gonna go get the power cord now. I
Go
just
get
wanted to
that
give,
power cord.
I wanted to give
If
you
this
guys
dies,
a
the
little-
show is over.
How
look,
is
let me tell you this.
wrestling still? It's still so popular, isn't it?
Dude, this is one of the greatest
very
dramas on
popular.
television.
Yeah.
These are operas, dude. This is
Guy's
they
angry,
had
right?
they had so I used to love WWE, but not a fan of their management.
Yeah.
And
Why?
Vince
the
McMahon's
only
a bad
That's a
news,
big
okay?
statement. Why?
Vince McMahon it was always the enemy to Stone Cold Steve Austin, and that's all I got to say.
Yeah.
That's the reason you don't like the management.
They do a bunch of shady stuff. So they all of the wrestlers are independent contractors. They own all of their characters. So they and they control every aspect of their social media, and they make pretty good money, but it's definitely not
Yeah,
pro employee.
Vince
Well,
McMahon is a
aren't they
monster.
technically
If-
actors?
It's like going to SeaWorld. You can't
Wow.
watch this stuff. What do you mean how?
Well, AEW is a different promotion.
Okay,
That's what I'm
fair
saying.
enough.
That's
I don't
what
know
I'm like-
anything about
Yeah.
AEW,
Now,
but
it's
I know that
probably
Vince
just as
McMahon is a
horrible.
piece of shit.
Right, it's
Yeah.
AEW is probably just horrible. Right now, I'm into it, but I used to watch it all the time. I was
so many people on that stage right now. What is
I
it?
know.
That's
Too many.
dude. Everyone
wait.
has
Is this
COVID right
this
now.
isn't new? Is it? Is this
right.
happening during COVID times?
Yeah.
COVID times.
They make bubbles.
They're not in a bubble right there.
Everyone at WWE who was in the bubble got sick. They were like, the bubble
Really?
did not work. Yeah, because it didn't work.
Oh my god. Basketball did pretty good with that
I'm
bubble.
sorry.
Wait a minute.
All those people are there.
Is this a joke? No, wait. Oh my God! The bastard pack has returned. Oh my God! Back.
We gotta get to the
Oh, AEW Dynamite. Miles away. Look at him. Look at his face. And look at
We get it.
I don't know. Joey seems excited. Are you sure we don't want to finish it?
He's gonna burst a vessel.
So those people can't all be in a bubble together. That's a big fucking bubble.
I think that must have been recorded
Yesterday.
a couple hundred years ago.
I mean, I gotta find out what.
During the Spanish flu? Oh no.
They're in Philadelphia right now, just going wild. That's another thing, dude. These were stadium.
They're traveling shows.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
They would be in a different city.
Oh, they
every
travel.
week.
Yeah.
Every week they'd be in a different city.
Welcome to Fresno.
Did you guys ever see a live show?
No.
No, not
Yes.
wrestling.
You did?
Yeah. So much fun.
But this is exactly like Real Housewives, but instead of social events, it's wrestling matches.
They do beat the shit out of each other when they have altercations.
But
Yeah.
it's so planned out. Like obviously,
Yeah, it's fake.
you're
But like
fake.
everything else is fake. It's like, I mean,
I mean, this is fake.
like for
right?
instance, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake, right? Like, what is going to happen is the producers are going to feed them so much alcohol, and they're going to get all a little loose, and then one of them's going to walk up to them and be like, "You know what Claire said?" And then they're like, "What?" And then they're just going to sound out, right?
And then
But at
they're going to
least
cut
their
promos on each other.
reactions and their emotions to it are kind of real. Then
Oh, for sure. But I mean,
But
you're
this is
talking about
like- this
acting
is like a
versus right. This is the
they're
this is
given a
acting
script and
versus exploitation. So what do you
Yes.
want to see?
Exploitation.
There's different ways to
Okay,
watch
alright.
wrestling as well. There's there's people that watch it and suspend disbelief and are like, I'm watching it as if it was real. And then there's people that watch it and are watching it from more of a technical standpoint and being like, oh, how are good are they putting the show on?
Mhm.
These are all the people that Morgan grew up with in Humboldt. These are all. the people
It
who are
sounds
just-
almost
There's
kind of like
7
religion.
people total.
It is kind of. I mean, you have to watch a lot of it. It's on all the time.
If you want
And
to
there's
keep up with
also,
all
like,
the stories.
like the extreme circuits.
No.
Like those are on like at 2 a.m.
Yuck. Mm-mm.
and they're just getting bloodied up. They're just like
No,
fighting
I
each other with
hate that
barbed wire.
stuff. Tack fights and
Wild.
stuff.
Yeah,
What are
it's
tack
crazy.
fights?
Like they throw
Literally.
tacks out on the ground and then slam them.
I
Remember
got a question.
Come on.
Mankind
About
through the top of the
wrestling.
cage? Remember that? Mankind was
Yes, dude.
an animal.
Mick Foley,
I-
man.
I
Yeah.
got a
Psycho.
question about wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone wins the belt can that get taken from them at any time, or do they own it for a year, or they have a belt for a year?
There's a promotion, like a thing going on right now in one, I don't remember which one, but it's called Money in the Bag. And so like if somebody has the briefcase, they can challenge at any time. So like someone can have just won the belt and someone can come out with Money in the Bag and fight them right there.
All right.
But it could be at any time. They could be cutting a promo on someone else and they could come out with the briefcase and just it's on.
I think what it is
sick,
once
right?
you get that championship belt, no matter what it's in, you kind of want to play less. Like, you're never going to get more than champion. So I think the way that at least used to work is if you got the championship belt, they'd put it up on the line like 4 times a year during some big event. But otherwise, you just weren't seeing the champion wrestle.
Unless you're Goldberg and you're going after the most consecutive wins possible.
Mm.
And he's spearing people left and right. Then you're like, you're the champion for as long as you can be.
The championship fights of the, like
Actually,
the big promotions.
That's a good point. I never really watched Goldberg.
He
was amazing. Yeah, that was a good era. Stone Cold Goldberg.
It was the best.
Goldberg.
It was the best. The
They
attitude
were so
era.
plain.
Well, I mean, Macho Man, Ultimate Warrior, Bruce Barber Beefcake,
Razor
Jake
Ramon.
the Snake. There's a Ramon. Is
That
a
was
little
my
bit after
favorite
that,
wrestler
but like
ever.
he's pretty great.
Goldberg is probably the corniest wrestler last name.
And dude,
And he
he's
was
the
just
most
like such a
vanilla.
normal guy.
Yeah, he was just in a speedo
He's an
and
accountant.
high boots.
He's an accountant.
Is that
Well,
what
they do
his
that
job
now.
was?
Now the wrestlers, there aren't very many characters.
There
Right.
It's
isn't?
like I'm Johnny Jones.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I was
What do you mean
listening
wrestling
to.
aren't characters, isn't it?
They're
all-
not really like
No, not
when
like
we were
what we
growing
just-
up. It was
Sergeant
like everyone was
Slaughter.
like, it was like career based. Like whatever your career was, you put that with your wrestling, and you're like a carpenter, and then you're Hacksaw Jim Duggan. You're a barber, so you're Brutus the Barber Beefcake. You're a junkyard dog, so you're the junkyard dog. That kind of stuff.
You're a snake charmer.
You're
You're Jake
agent.
the Snake Roberts.
There was
Yeah.
the intro music, right? Like, for instance, on this point, Sean, of like the character, like how that mattered, right? And like why it was such a thing. The guy who would come up with the intro songs would work hand in hand with the performers to be like modifying their like who he wanted to know who they were. And when he was talking with Stone Cold Steve Austin, he was like just like waxing poetic on him, like how he was just great to work with and all this other stuff. And he was like totally like helpful and like, you know, supportive of the process. The guy was like, dude, no, there's something about him. I knew this right when he came into the ring. You just got to have that car crash and the glass just shatter. Right. He was just like, I was like, you got this from talking to him for like 2 hours. I was like, this is insane. It was just really cool. And, but the point is now that he's completely removed from that process. It's such like a numbers thing now where he's like in another room, give me a track for this name. He never meets the person. He doesn't even get to see how they fight. You know what I mean? There's no like, integration period where he gets to like kind of meet them. It's just like, give me
weird.
the song, send it out, which changes the atmosphere. Like everyone's intro music, you hear it and you're like, oh, it's just, it was the best. And it might be like that still. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, if you're saying there's no
Undertaker?
characters, if there's no characters, then what the hell are you going to do with the soundtrack?
There's
Like,
not
I know, but
as many characters.
I just don't want to knock the performers now. I don't know. I
I don't
seen it,
know.
you what
I
mean?
shouldn't
So,
either.
like,
I haven't seen it.
I know people like it. I don't know why
They
I'm being
do.
like I should protect them.
The problem with me was that I went from I never believed wrestling. I always just loved the stories. Even as a kid, I just couldn't believe it.
It's okay. You can admit you believed it for a little while.
I didn't. I wish I did. I always knew, and I think it's because people were like, I don't want to say made fun of my great grandfather, but my great grandfather really believed in it, like really believed in it, and
Are you sure
everybody
he
laughed
wasn't just
about how
messing
he
with you
believed
guys?
it. What was that?
Are you sure he wasn't just messing with you guys?
No, I mean, I don't know. I was a little kid, but I was little enough that I heard that, and I was like, well, I'm not going to believe it if he's crazy for believing it. But I still loved wrestling. But when UFC started coming out,
Go back.
What?
So your great grandfather would be sitting in his chair watching wrestling, have a good time, and everyone would just surround him in a circle and then just throw jabs. hurtful
kick 'em.
insults at him?
Honestly, I don't remember it in the moment, but it was definitely never something said in front of him. It was things that the people were saying behind his back. I mean, they
Yeah, like
Oh,
James heard these
no.
stories like on the car ride home or like in the kitchen.
exactly.
And like he was
Exactly.
just like, oh shit, this is.
But I really loved wrestling. I didn't believe it though. I never believed it.
You clearly
dude,
did.
just say you believed
you're
it.
traumatized, man. This is
Yeah,
this
this is too
is a
much.
broken man.
And
I'm
then
hearing,
when I
dude.
saw UFC for the first time, I was like, well, now this is something I can believe in. And there was
That's
no
Wait, you think UFC's real?
UFC's fake.
no, it's not, is it?
Ah, look at this idiot!
That's not true.
No,
Is that true?
Not
No.
again.
Full circles, and then everyone just makes fun of him everywhere he goes for thinking UFC is real.
All right, let's go. Let's go back.
Next.
What we got?
You don't
All
want
right,
to talk
hold on.
about.
I gotta find my. Now I don't
I'm
even
done with
have my
this
mouse
mouse.
because I got off.
No.
the move.
What?
Where do you keep putting this mouse?
Why don't you have a desk?
Come on,
Because he
guys.
He's on a
'cause he
Coleman.
lives out
Dude,
in the woods, Morgan.
He's on a
Oh, my
Coleman
bad, my
chair.
bad.
He's on a Coleman chair. There's nothing in front of him.
Come on. Yes.
All right, so now what do I click?
Just go,
Westbrook.
Just scroll all the way down. Go. Let's go
Your
past
boy,
the top 10.
your Westbrook, your boy's coming to the Clippers. Let's go.
Oh, it
Guys,
might be.
it's a vote.
Just go down. Go to 15.
Okay,
Go to
All right,
so
then do
I
Karl
guess
Rove.
Morgan loses
Chris
the
Brown
vote.
will be fun.
What is this?
God. Oh, Chris Brown is on OnlyFans? Fuck that guy.
No.
I don't even know who Chris Brown
Oh
is.
no, Tubin's 15. No.
Tubin?
No.
I told you he's trending.
No, of course
Wait.
he is.
What's Tubin's 15?
Tubin.
no,
His
he-
name is-
Oh,
on.
that's that dude that jerked off.
Oh,
yeah. That's James Heaney in a tube. Tubin.
You don't gotta click it, dude. You don't gotta click it, dude.
Click it.
Sean,
he thought,
you're
he thought
deciding
the
to-
camera
like-
was off. He thought the camera was
I
off.
say do whatever makes Joey uncomfortable. So click it.
Yeah,
all
click
right,
it.
but it probably last time it was a real buzzkill. The New Yorker has fired Jeffrey Toobin, a longtime
Yeah, of
staff writer.
course.
I guess I don't need to really read it. He exposed himself during a video.
He didn't just
conference.
expose himself. He was jerking off.
Well, he didn't know the camera was on.
Yeah, he was still on him. It'd be like if one of us was jerking off right now.
It's like, what's
What?
going on? Why
That's-
is this?
That's
This
what
is-
he said. But how many Zoom meetings has he done where he doesn't know he's on? Like what?
No, the real thing is just like he's probably jerked off at every meeting he's been at.
Exactly. He knows
That's the real
exactly.
problem.
He probably gets off on doing it while there's people there.
I mean,
He's
that's a
like,
pretty
"Ah."
steep thing. That's a pretty steep accusation. You think he gets off on that? It's not possible that he
On
was
like
just
that-
like,
Why else would you do it? That would be so nerve wracking. I don't. James,
Yeah.
if I give you 30 seconds, could you get hard and whack off on this stream?
Also,
I mean-
wouldn't you be like, I'm just gonna wait until this is completely over and my laptop shut?
Yeah, man. I mean, there's so many options where it's
Yeah.
like. you
I'm
don't
just
gotta do
saying
this.
it could be, and I'm not saying that this has ever
Okay,
happened. to
James
me.
has definitely done this before.
I know, James. Why are you apologizing for this?
I'm not apologizing. I'm just saying what probably happened was he was bored.
You're
and he was-
apologizing for it.
Okay,
He was
we'll move
bored?
on. We'll move on. I mean, I
Too
think
bad.
it's wrong. I think it's wrong.
And what a great name.
I think it's wrong.
What a great name, Tubin. That's a great name to be known
It
as
is a
like
great name.
No.
jerking off on a Zoom call will always be known
I
as a
mean,
Tubin.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
yes.
just
Oh, man, you got
tubing.
caught
I
tubing?
mean,
That's a shame, dude. Like that kind of shit, you're like, you just ruined a family crest. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The line has ended. No one
It's
will
done.
ever want to be called
The
Tubin again.
respected Tubins. Where were they?
they
known?
were, they were
Intellectual
a
New Yorker writers. Yeah.
Dude, this guy was in the best like martini parties.
well,
It's extreme. He was jerking off at work.
he
That's
made
not
a
extreme.
mistake and he
Here we go.
apologized. He was with the New Yorker for a long time, not defending his behavior, but this is extreme.
Oh,
There
it's
you go.
not.
It's not.
Dude,
He
you
was
can't
jerking off. You can't
Imagine
jerk
if
off
you were
work.
at a dude. Imagine if you were at a board meeting and someone started jerking off.
Yeah.
Same thing. You're like, what are you
It's
doing?
very different.
I thought
Like,
it was
you're
on a
not-
Zoom call. No, it doesn't work.
It's the same thing. It's like, dude, you just can't. Don't you
Okay,
can't.
do
why
it.
is it very different, James?
Because sometimes, depending on your job, you might be in Zoom calls. You might be in Zoom calls all day long, and sometimes you don't even remember you're on a Zoom call.
Why do you have to jerk off? That's the question.
They're paying
It has
you money
nothing.
so
It's
that you
not
won't
why
jerk
everybody
off on
does
the
it.
Zoom
I'm just
Now I need
saying.
to know if you're wearing pants, James.
I did my pants before I sat down.
Listen,
Oh,
my back
no.
is hurting, and sometimes my waist is tight. I can't wear
He's doing
tight
a
pants.
tubing. That dude's tubing right now.
He's stupid. All right, let's do one more. Let's get out of here and do one
Wait,
more.
scroll down here a little bit. I want to see what else. Oh no, it's just bad jokes. All right, go back.
All right, back.
Let's get one more tweet to talk about James deviancies, and then
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, we can't demonize this guy.
I'm not demonized. I'm just saying, like, yeah,
Getting
he should
fired.
not be working at the new. I'm not saying that he should lose everything. I'm just saying,
You
like,
can't work
he
at
got
the
fired for the right
newspaper?
reason. Yes, dude, you can't. You can't work there
You can't
anymore.
jerk off.
Then
on a
tell
Zoom
me
call
where
at
you
work
want
at
him
the
to
New
work.
Yorker.
Where do you want this guy to get a job?
Anywhere he can get hired. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, he
You
can
know what I'm
write at
saying?
any other newspaper in the country if he
A
wants.
different
doesn't matter.
newspaper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't work here, man.
He's gonna
Change
come
your
be
last
somewhere
name,
else.
become a copywriter.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude. It's like one of these
Masturbate
things.
somewhere else. At a
Yeah,
different...
just you can't be here, man.
College
I'm sorry.
professor,
I don't know why
whatever.
I'm apologizing.
It's just,
Other
like, where
employees
else is
saw
he
him
gonna work?
jerk off.
Like, if you're gonna do
James,
that, then you better work
like,
at
if
an
you-
Arby's. Like, where do you want the guy to work?
Fine.
You want him working the meats at Arby's? Come
No,
on.
I think
No, I
he's
don't want
fine
those
at the
hands
newspaper
touching the
place.
meats.
He was. Other employees saw him jerking off.
Well, I didn't know
That's
they
a
saw
problem,
him
dude.
doing.
Like,
that.
imagine you're. You
How
have
did
to
we
be in a
find
Zoom,
out?
Zoom call again with them, and like he's the guy that jerked off. You're always gonna think he's jerking off on that Zoom call, and then you
It's-
can't
yeah.
do your work. Come on.
Yeah.
All right,
Mormon.
we'll move on, I guess.
Salt Lake. Oh, this is why. Okay.
Ebola.
Ebola? That's terrifying.
It's back, baby.
Oh, sneakers.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure the reason it's in there is because the chief of staff was the guy that coordinated the Ebola effort.
Roll up.
So that's the end of trending
what,
stuff.
What about Mississippi? Mississippi
No,
is
dude.
it's calling to secede.
Oh, they want us to secede. These
To
are all things
succeed.
like
Yeah.
No, to
Joey.
succeed. They want to succeed.
They do want to succeed.
Oh, they
and
want
I
to
hope
succeed.
them the best
Did he
of luck.
misspell it?
Yes, he misspelled it.
That's hilarious.
But in all
Oh, did you
fairness,
see
the
that
guy
one dude?
deleted it.
Did you see that? Oh, yeah.
Wait, that's David
That's a
Koechner,
mesh
isn't
T-shirt.
it?
No, that's hilarious.
That's
That
a
one
big
guy who
deal.
like tweeted out of his burner account. He's like, I'm a gay black
Oh
man.
yeah.
And Obama has done nothing for me. It's like, what, dude?
Jeez.
It's wild, man. There's like a
Grifters.
statistic. I can't. This is whatever. Like 30 to 35% of profiles online are fake.
Yeah.
All
I would
profiles.
probably
like-
Twitter a lot.
Yes, but
For
like
sure.
just 30% are fake. Like that's insane. And there's
Yeah.
no thought to like curtail that or fix that. It's wild. I mean, that's part of the anonymity of the internet, but it's also just like
I
you
mean,
can't,
back
like,
when I was a
trust
kid,
anything.
you were always completely anonymous wherever you went on the internet. I think that's almost the way that it needs to be.
no.
Okay, you're probably right.
That's how people are
I
influencing
also
other
read
people.
I read something scary about Facebook about like how the main reason people are joining these conspiracy groups are because Facebook is actually trying to advertise to them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that
Join the
doesn't
group.
surprise me at all.
Yeah, you
Well, I
you
mean-
should look at the YouTube like filter or like there's videos showing it how they filter you down into like child porn, how they filter you down into like right wing extremism. Like if you like a conservative video, it'll keep sending you conservative
Right.
videos that and then
Yeah.
they're like, oh, we got to go farther. There's more, and then like obviously like this is right next to this, so then you get this one, and then this one is right next to this one, and then it keeps pulling you farther and farther.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
that's
the longer you're on the site, the more money they make, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. I'm glad we're going to end there.
No,
This
I'm
has
sure
been
there's
a-
got to be one more trending thing. Something.
Yeah, go to the
jolly.
top. Look for something
this isn't
not
a
sad.
comedy show. We don't have to end on a funny note.
No. We'll get something
We're gonna
going.
find
We
the
just we're gonna
punchline.
land.
Well,
on
why
our
don't we look
feet.
at what's for me?
Well, I don't know if we want to go down that rabbit hole.
It's gonna be all
Little
new stuff.
freaks.
Little
All right. I
Fans
think
of
we
Corp
gotta...
Husband are adopting little freaks. What the heck?
All right. I don't want to be a part of whatever is for
Yes.
James.
I've
This
really
is
never
very-
looked at this, so it's strange to see what's.
LeVar
for
Burton.
me.
Sure.
It's pretty much everything we saw.
Except for LeVar Burton.
No, he was on there. He was on there.
Yeah, he was.
All right. Well, this has
Well,
been
here-
something. And
This has been
I'm
something.
glad-
What if this in itself was a podcast?
So people had no idea what we were looking at. We were just like,
I mean,
scream
we
about.
barely talked about what we were looking at, did we?
I mean,
Like-
we take long pauses to watch the videos.
Well,
Well,
30 seconds
I,
out of how.
I see what James is saying.
I think
I
this.
know, but it's
I
fun to
think this
attack him.
could
It's fun
be
to
a
attack
podcast. What?
Yeah, it could be.
Well, you know what? Let us know in the comments if you want this to be a podcast or if you think
one's
James
here.
should be on that show where he has to be naked.
Guys,
Uh,
no one is here. We're talking to no one.
They
No,
check
it
out
can't
Naked
be true.
Attraction.
That's
Also,
Naked Attraction.
check out
That's it.
Naked Attraction.
All right. Thank you all for coming through. Anybody want to plug anything or shout out to anything? Or?
No.
Well, who are we plugging this to?
Yeah, I mean, there has to be somebody out there.
Should we just wait until we figure it out?
Yeah, let's
think
wait till
whatever-
somebody shows up.
Find this person.
Wait, are you guys trying to send a message to some of these
Yeah,
people?
James, you're still on. We can still see your screen, James.
What the
Are you tubing right now?
heck? Tubing. That's the best.
All right. Okay, I can't click that screen because that's my laptop. We can get this ended real easy.
All right, bye, guys.
Catch you later.